Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Now if you caught the hint from the last video, today I'll be working on the Dancer from Dark Souls 3. If you're not familiar with the game, let me play you a cutscene that'll just give you a sense of this character. Freaky, right? Yeah, most of the From Software's games do an amazing job of creating such a sense of dread, so I'm gonna do my absolute best here to create that same, freaky yet elegant aura that embodies this exact character. And if you're interested in the channel, stay tuned to the end where I'll give you a hint at the next piece. So, without any further delay, let's get started. I thought it only fitting to begin this video with a little bit of the Dancer's lore. This lore is taken directly from the Dark Souls wiki, and it reads, the direct relative of the Anor Londo royalty, thought to have been a maiden to Guinevere, was among those Irithilians living in Irithil of the Boreal Valley when it was conquered by Pontiff Sullivan. At some point after these events, Sullivan forced her to become a dancer. He later conscripted her into his contingent of Outrider Knights, which was his version of exile, and in accordance to her vows, she was bestowed blades of power mirroring his own. They were sent out, with her being accompanied by Vort of the Boreal Valley. They both eventually devolved into bestial fighters. It's a sad story of betrayal because Sullivan essentially tricked the Dancer into servitude, and he also changed her armor into her skin, so she was never able to remove it afterwards, as it was part of her. And that's a quick story of the Dancer of the Boreal Valley in a nutshell. Here I'm essentially doing a thin layer of clay over a relatively new technique. I did aluminum foil, then I wrapped it in tape. I got that off of a different YouTube channel, Just Hobby. If you haven't seen any of his videos, I highly recommend go check him out. He does an amazing job. I can't say enough. But yeah, I copied his technique, and it worked out really well, so I think I'll be implementing this in the future a lot more. Here, I'm just sketching out some lines of where I'm going to do the points in the armor where it gets separated, or where some areas are raised. And it kind of looks a little gross because I didn't use the cellophane sheets before I started marking the lines, but it's okay because I end up using my rotary tool to sand stuff. I just recently got a rotary tool and it's amazing. I actually bought it with the purpose of doing the Dancer's face, which you'll see in a little bit. Here we've got some clay softener, and I do a thin layer of this over the clay to remove my fingerprints before I throw it into the oven, just to make it as smooth as possible. Alright, and this was the hardest part for me looking at the project, was how the heck was I going to pull off those armor lines. And honestly, it wasn't bad. You just sketch out the line, and then as you can see, I'm scraping the clay down and away, and that'll give you the desired look. And here I'm even further flattening it. So it's not hard, it was just very tedious. So if you have the time, I would highly recommend pursuing that armored piece that you're looking at that you don't want to tackle just because you don't know how to go about doing it. Who's ready to hear what I'm listening to? That's right, Dancer of the Boreal Valley. That game's OST was a masterpiece. I listened to the entire thing on repeat, like pretty much the whole time I sculpted this. And while I'm speaking about the game, this boss fight was actually the most difficult time I've ever had with a boss fight in any game ever. Like, I get Dark Souls is not known for its ease on the players, but this was a whole new level, and I spent probably weeks under-leveled trying to beat her, only to realize I need to come back. Like, I'm not leveled up enough for this. So I eventually ended up coming back to her fight, taking her down, and oh my god, it was so gratifying. So here I'm doing the exact same strategy I did with the upper thighs, where I draw the line and scrape the clay away. It's pretty much, I'd say 70% of me doing that from here on out, because I have to do it for the arms as well. It wasn't too bad, like I said, it was just very tedious. Those of you who listened to my entire video, I'm making Artorias as my next sculpture from Dark Souls 1. Don't tell anyone else. Keep it a little secret. And we have the same draw and scrape technique. It's tried and true. Alright, brief intermission. I know I'm going to do a clear cast of the sword. I don't exactly know how. I've got the resin, I've got the rubber to make the cast of it, but usually in the past I always mess this part up. So we'll see how this goes this time. Hopefully it's a booming success and I can just keep steaming forward with the project. Yeah, just a warning, I did not get to keep steaming forward with the project. I struggled with that stupid resin sword. If I could go back, I just would have made it entirely out of clay, because I ended up painting over the resin anyway, so it was kind of a moot point. Alright, here we're applying a very, very thin layer of watered down blue. I skipped over the part where I sprayed on the zenithal primer, and basically what you do is you take the entire thing, spray paint it with black primer, and then you take a white primer after the black has dried, and you spray it over the areas where the light will hit, and that creates an effect where you'll see where you need to color in darker areas and lighter areas. Here I'm just doing a quick little wash in the recessed areas. Here's a quick dry brush. Alright, we're going to do a little coat of Mod Podge, and we're almost ready for the action shots. Let me know what you guys think.
And there you have it. My sculpture of the Dancer of the Boreal Valley from Dark Souls 3 is completed. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm super pleased with how this came out. Really happy with this one, to be honest. So inspired, I even got me a Dancer of the Boreal Valley shirt. So, yeah, I'm gonna hold the vote over on TikTok to find out what the next piece is gonna be. It's probably gonna be another From Software related sculpture, just as a heads up. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.